So lesson number 7, playing global Monopoly. You know, most of us grew up as kids playing Monopoly. And yet we think to ourselves, how can we do this in real life? We've spoken about being in the investor quadrant, but how can we actually do it in real life? And again, some questions just to kind of get you thinking about this. I mean, do you actually own property? I mean, again, if you've read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and again, I was just talking with him recently, and he said, what you should do is you should have a business, and that business, you should use that income to buy property, use all the benefits of property, leverage and depreciation, etc., and that accelerates it. But anyone that's ever done any courses knows that you should be in commercial property. Are you actually in commercial property? Or what about international property? And what about if I made a promise to you, in the next 10 minutes, I will share with you how you can invest in Manhattan or London from $10 and get paid while you sleep. Now, I'm not going to be giving you financial advice, but I am going to be sharing with you what I've learned over the last 28 years. I'm going to be sharing with you the mistakes, the lessons, so that you too can actually copy and follow them for yourself. It all comes back to the simple game of Monopoly. And you know, when we were children, what was it better when you were playing Monopoly? Was it better to own green houses or red hotels? Green houses or red hotels? And if we're honest with ourselves, all of us would agree that it was better to own red hotels. Now, let's get a little bit more sophisticated. Is it better to own 4 green houses or 1 red hotel? 4 green houses or 1 red hotel? Come on, which one is it? And for those of you that have played Monopoly like I did, which loved it, I'm super competitive, like I told you, it's 1 red hotel. And so we all know that we should be buying red hotels. We should all be buying commercial property, and yet we're not doing it. We're buying houses or apartments because that's what we know how to do. And so we literally have, and I promised you that I would show you how to invest in London or Manhattan. Over the last decade plus, we spent over $25 million building a platform so that you could invest like the top 1% simply and safely. This is a screen share that I literally did off our platform recently. We've got 3 deals in Manhattan. You can see here down the bottom here, we've got a little blue dot. I'm going to talk you through. We're going to do a walkthrough of the platform. So you can see here, we've got a debt option at 10.35. We've got an equity option at 22%. We've got a blended option at 17%. We've got a London opportunity at 25%. We've got an opportunity in Austin at 9.42. And we've got an industrial building in Phoenix at 16%. Let's invest in Manhattan. We literally go, we can go check on the map. You can see it's 1.5 Ks from the New York Stock Exchange. We decide to invest. We can get started from $10. We digitally sign the agreement. We can download it. We go, I agree, and make investment. And ladies and gentlemen, you've just seen me invest in Manhattan. Now let's do London. I go invest in London, $10, literally digitally sign the agreement. I go agree. I go make investment. And can you believe it? Right in front of your eyes, you just seen me do Manhattan and London. You can also go down and you can go through all of my different investments all in one place. You can go to my digital wallet and you can see my income coming in over and 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 over again. It's actually boring. And can you believe that you now have access to invest in deals like this one in Manhattan? Depending on the option you take, you've got a 6 to 12% cash on cash return. You've got a 14 to 23% targeted IRR. This is all in US dollars. You've got a 4 to 7 year hold. If you invest $100,000 over 5 years, you'd look to aim it, to double it. It's called a 2x multiple. And your ROI is roughly 20%. So why this is so important is that if you take our platform, you literally, every single deal is a red hotel, red hotel, red hotel. You know, the reasons that people don't invest, they say to me, Scott, I don't have the time. You've just seen me do it in literally under a minute, where I've invested in London and New York. They tell me I don't have the knowledge. Well, I've literally shown you how you can partner with strategic partnerships and sophisticated and institutional investors, the top 1%, so that you can partner with people that have the knowledge. And then they say, well, I don't have the money. And in the old days, this took thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars. Now you can get started from literally $10. And people sit there and they say, yeah, but it sounds too good to be true. You know, I don't know, passive income, there's no such thing as passive. Well, you can decide. Do you want to keep investing in green houses with all the hassle, the management, the maintenance, the broken toilets? I mean, the reason that they call it the toilet and tenant industry. Or do you want to invest in red hotels, commercial property? Let me give you an example. We invested in 2 industrial buildings a couple of years ago. You can see here that every single month, you can literally see here, April, March, February, January. Every single month, we get about $4,000 paid to us month after month after month. What about this deal? Multifamily in America. Again, people think, oh, go buy houses, apartments. No, don't think like that. Think like the top 1%. Buy the entire apartment block. 750 apartments we bought. And you can see here the date, every quarter. So you can see here March, November, August, May, February, November, August, May. Every quarter we get paid $6,400 into our bank account. This is truly passive. No collecting the rent, no management, no maintenance, no broken toilets, no fixing roofs. This is what it's like to get paid while you sleep. What about this office building? We bought this right in the heart of COVID. I never ever thought I'd be investing in a financial tower like this. This is in Florida. And what's so interesting is that, again, every single quarter, you can see here, August, January, October, July, April, January, October, July, June, we get paid about $6,300. And again, so many of you will be sitting here and saying, it sounds too good to be true. I'm not sure. But if this lady, this divorced mother of 3, can do it, and she can get paid in 30 days, then I believe that you too can get paid in 30 days. Let's see what she had to say.
I'm living in a foreign country. I can't go back into my old career, which was China media, because I'm living in Italy. I had 3 kids to feed. I'd left my husband. And I was like, where's my skill set? So I was actually at the stage of like, just how do you put food on the table? And it was the first time it hit me that I was working for money, selling my time for my hours for time, and that my money wasn't working for me. And I was in that frozen position of like, what do I do with it? Like, I need this money to work for me because I'm over here scrambling to find a job and to put food on the table for the kids. I was really at that paralyzed, what do I do? What do I invest in? I was at that age where I felt like I don't have another, ride it out 20 years and the stock market always rebounds. I don't have another 20 years to ride it out. What are your needs? What's your financial situation? And I pulled up that matured fund that I had and said, I need to invest this, but I can't invest it for the long term. Here are my needs. I have immediate goals. I have 3 children that have just gone off to college. So I suddenly have immediate financial goals that I'm not going to be able to meet if I keep just relying on my income or selling time for money. And they listened. They asked really smart, relevant questions I wouldn't have thought of, but they were particular to me. And I didn't feel like I was being put into a box of you're this type of investor, or you're this type of investor, or you're this type, And it wasn't just the like, are you high risk? Are you low risk? It was really they really tried to understand my needs. And within 24 hours, they had a proposal to me. But here's what we're going to do to solve your immediate problem. And within 1 month, I had income coming in from an investment from them, which just liberated me. I mean, it was just the buffer I needed to not panic about money anymore and to make the rest of the decisions slowly and, from a different mindset.
You know how this works. Time for the workbook, time for the pen, and just write down 30 days because she earned money in 30 days. And look at the difference it made for her, that burden off her shoulder. She was trying to feed her kids, etc. She had been sitting in analysis paralysis for years and now finally had a solution. What difference would it make for you if in 30 days you were earning US dollars, passive income? What impact would that have for you? I don't care whether you're a beginner or highly sophisticated. What would it mean to you if you were earning a globally diversified passive income? And you know what to do. You can do it all yourself if you want to. You can go through the courses. It's all the platforms there. It's free. You can do it all yourself. Or if you want to accelerate it, then I would strongly recommend that you sit down and have a discovery call with one of our team members. Now, the final part of this lesson is that you'll see the last tab that you've got is what we call the investor roadmap. And there are 4 steps where my partner will take you through in 4 simple videos. He'll teach you how to sign up on the platform. He'll teach you how to complete your profile. He'll teach you how to fund your wallet, and he'll teach you how to invest. 4 simple steps. All you need to do is follow the investor roadmap, and you can literally get started and do this all for yourself. I love this African proverb. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. So you can go and do the investor roadmap. And if you join the Wealth Hacker, then literally you're going to have one of our wealth coaches. This will literally hold you and coach you and accountable over the 4 weeks to get results. Statistically, over 70% of people that pay attention when they join the Wealth Hackers. They pay attention, they join a like-minded community, and they get results. You don't have to. You can literally do the investor roadmap. It's free. But if you want someone to hold your hand, hold you accountable, be a mentor, answer questions, then I would recommend clicking on the Wealth Hacker. How do you do it? Click on the link below, have a discovery call. We'll figure that out. And for some people, you might be ready to go straight to the top of the mountain. Private Wealth Global is what you want. Get results safely and simply with the enhanced partnership between our family office and ourselves. And so you've got two choices as we come to an end here. The first is that you can continue to invest like you've always done. As Einstein says, the definition of insanity is keep doing what you've always done and expect different results. If you've wanted to get passive income for the last couple of years, the last couple of decades, diversify, and you haven't done it, and you keep doing the same thing, you're not going to get the results you want. You have to do something differently. This is a good example. Stop investing like the middle class or the mom and pop investors. Invest like the top 1%. Invest in the same type of assets with the same type of methodology, and you'll get the same type of results. I mean, if you've got time, grab a cup of coffee, go and sit and read all the testimonials, thousands of investors from all over the place. You can go read it. You can go watch the videos on YouTube. There are so many people that have shared their story. But one of the ones that I love, this gentleman started a company, became the auditor. He's the auditor of the Auditor General. He's a highly sophisticated, wealthy man who has a lot of experience in both commercial property, but he wanted to go international. He wanted to diversify. And this was his story.
And I'm a living example of that. In my little life journey from opening up my own auditing practice, the firm today audits the Auditor General of South Africa in terms of doing, pre-issuance reviews, etc.
So Abdul, let me ask a question to you in terms of it. So you've been very, very successful in property in your country, but you went and decided to sign up.
Scott, like I said to you at the beginning, I have this wealth. It's all localized. I have no exposure anywhere else on earth. Okay, so the catchy phrase from your side was going global or diversified income going global. Now that appealed to me. In other words, yes, I may be rich in this country. What happens if I'm outside? There's all types of restrictions in terms of the transfer of my wealth, my assets, wherever I may be on earth. So that appealed to me, and that really opened an opportunity or a process for me in terms of engaging in diversifying my wealth. And I must say, although I have the brains to think that out, why must I do that? Yeah, you're giving it to us on a platter. So we follow that process, and yes, we engage, and yes, we will get exposed. We have obviously since did do an investment again in property. Property is the economics, I understand. Now, one of the things you alerted us or reminded myself is that if you do things in teams, it becomes easier. Collective wisdom is better than your own limited and parochial type of ideas. So that's also something I quite enjoyed. But if you don't have that, maybe we'll never get to success.
Yeah.
Surely it won't happen next week, but as long as it happens, I think you're on the right road. And that's the path I've chosen to take. And thanks to you, Scott. And it's never too late. The only time when you're late is when you're late. You're dead.
Yeah.
Up until then, you have a purpose on this earth, perform it.
So you know what to do here, let's take out that notebook time and write down the word leverage. And the reason that we talk about leverage is it's about leveraging. He spoke about there being in teams and leveraging other people's networks. You can know a huge amount. You can be highly sophisticated and very wealthy in one country, but now you want to diversify. You want to invest in America and England and Europe. There's no ways that you can do it all yourself. You have to leverage off other people's networks and partnerships, off their knowledge. And even by working together, you leverage off their ability to get access to finance on the ground. By working together, you leverage off the ability to get access to better quality deals that you've never had access to before. And so for me, that's everything that we've got. And again, you can do it all yourself if you want to. You can go through the training. You can go and invest on the platform. It's all free. But if you want one of the team to help you and you want to accelerate that, then book a discovery call below and the team will literally help you. You know, Nelson Mandela said, money won't create success. The freedom to make it will. He's one of the great men. He literally wrote, it's the very first thing in my book. And why we use this is that we are truly, truly passionate about giving people the freedom to invest like the top 1%, so that at the age of 65 or when you retire, you too can be part of that 1% and not like the rest of the 99%. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed the 7 lessons. I will ask you, if you enjoyed this, you should hopefully have an accountability partner. You should be teaching them and taking them through the process. But if you've enjoyed it, share it with others. You know, we are here. Our purpose is to help everybody invest like the top 1%. My request for you, if you like this, share it with others so that they too can get access to it. They too can experience and get the knowledge, get the access, and ultimately get paid while they sleep. And if you want to, just go below. There's a couple of bonus videos if you want to learn more about who we are as a company, what we do, etc. And don't forget to go and do the investor roadmap. 4 simple steps to help you get paid. And ultimately, everything we've spoken about, take it away from being theory, turn it into practice, and get results. I look forward to your results. I look forward to you being one of our success stories, because that's what gets me out of bed every single morning. Have a wonderful day. Cheers.